You never know what you'll find in the universe of my mind. Hi! Okay, so I'm going to do a flip through of my Junk Journal July 2024. I wanted to do this a lot sooner than this, but I am having technical issues that are making it very difficult. But we'll see how this goes, and let's get to it. Okay, so this mini poster came from an old Flow magazine that I found in my stash recently while I was doing some decluttering and such, and there was some green on her shirt and some of the books and stuff, so, and I didn't like that, so I used some acrylic paint to fix that. And this is a sticker. This is a sticker. The letters are stickers too. And this is the acrylic paint that I used here. And this reminds me of stuff that Meg Journals does a lot too. I mean, hers are better, but anyway, reminds me of her things. And I'll try to remember and try to find the things. But anyway, so this is the prompts list, and I also did this one as a bookmark to help me while I was working on the challenge, sorry, to the side here so that I can remember what the prompts were while I'm showing you. This packaging, this came from an envelope from Amazon, the inside of an envelope. I love that stuff, but I can't just put it. I have to cover it with packing tape or with something because it makes a mess if you don't. Okay, so the first prompt was spark, and so the first thing that came to my mind was the art spark of inspiration pieces like this one that Carolyn Doobie sends with her newsletters. So a cat, so this is the head, and that's the body, and the journal itself is made with paper bags that, and I'll try to remember to put a link to the video that Lori Marie Jenkins did to show how to do it. Basically, you're making a zine out of a paper bag, and it's really cool. And this is my second one that I've made in that way, and I love it. So, yeah. Okay, so the second prompt was postcard, and so I used a reference photo from a photo I took myself during one of our morning walks. Franklin and I have been going for a morning walk every day for a few months now, and yeah, so this I drew this, but it's the photo is better, of course, but anyway. This is a real stamp. It's only a 1 penny, but it's a real stamp and it wasn't used. This one is used, but it's real also. And to make it, I used one of these sticker postcard things. So you just peel it away, and it's a sticker, so you can stick your image on there. So that's what I used for that. And I don't remember if I already said, but this background is washi tape. I'll try to find the video I watched to show me how to make this hummingbird. And I also folded my page over, made a pocket with scrapbooking paper. This was going to be very different, but I messed up and I couldn't figure out how to fix it and everything, so I just gave up on the original idea and just did this fold. I also made this, what's it called again? A neat little dangle for my journal. I like having dangly things, as you'll see in prompts coming up and stuff. So it is very simple. And I just stuck some butterflies. A fourth prompt was labels. So this is the label off of a Crayola crayon. This is a label from my Neocolor tubes. Oh, this is from an old address label. The address is no longer correct, so I just use them as stickers now. I still have quite a few of these left, but I actually love them. And this is a stamp that I stamped on some foil tape and made the label off of it. Labels. Anyway, this came from a can of beans, maple style, and that's that same stamp from here, right there. But the first thing I did for label was this, and I just did not like it. It was way too busy. I like this idea right here. These are just label stickers that you can print on. And all of these sticker things are from address labels that I just cut the address part off of. That's just a normal sticker because this page was done on the 4th of July. Yeah, but I didn't like this because it's too busy, but I didn't want to get rid of the page altogether, so I just made a tip in to cover it up and try to make something look better. That washi tape sort of looks like label-ish things, but they're not really, but it kind of looks like labels in a way, so I just used that washi. But yeah, this right here is my favorite part of what I did for labels. Day 5 was lettering, so I did quote, "Whatever has been, whatever will be, so be here now." Okay, and then 6 was wildlife, so I did kind of like a log of all the things, well, not all of them, some of the critters that we encounter during our walks. So there's a squirrel, we see lots of squirrels, crows, pigeons, dragonflies, butterfly, a turtle, frogs, tiny adorable frogs, bunnies, lots of snails. And so yeah, I just kind of did a little thing there. Next prompt was window. I'm not sure how I feel about this page, but there it is. That's just to cover the window part of the window. Oh, okay. So this is a little bit of a game. It's very simple. Spot the difference. I'm sure you can find them very fast and very easily, but there are 4 differences, 5 if you count the title of the page. That's a hint. But yeah, spot the difference. You can pause the video if you wanna play. But the prompt was observe. So, and that's Ted the Bear, by the way. And this is inspired by Pounce, a plushie that we have. So, and keep in mind that I did this by hand, just using tracing paper and stuff, so it's not going to be identical like it should be if it's to spot the differences. But yeah, there are 5 obvious differences. So I mean 4. 4 or 5 if you count the title things. But yeah, here are the answers if you want to pause. Okay. 9 was scraps, so I just used a bunch of scraps to make some butterflies with, or a dragonfly or something like that. I think they're butterflies. And I like them individually, but all together like this it seemed busy again, so I got some scraps of cardstock and made just a little hole thing to do that with, to make it a little less busy. And this one is my favorite of the ones that I made, and so I just did that. And these are scraps from bits that I used while working in the journal up to this point in the challenge. And next was thread, and I think this is one of my favorites. Just made a unicorn, and his mane is the thread, and I especially like that part, but I couldn't really fold it or whatever, so there you go. And this, oh, stamps was the next prompt for day 11, and so I just kind of stuck this there. This is, oh, sorry. So I just kind of stuck that in there from the back of this. This page was whole, but it looked weird and off when it was there because of where the unicorn is cut off. So I just folded it, and it made a tuck spot pocket-ish thing. And so for stamps, I just went in my collection of used stamps from my pen paling days. I don't pen pal anymore, but anyway, and I just stuck 3 of them there. And then I also did this, which some rubber stamps and 1 special stamp. It's not really special exactly, but anyway, yeah. So that was stamps, and then packaging. Oh, and this is my second, well, yeah, this is my second favorite. It's one of my favorites from the whole challenge. packaging is very simple, as you can see, but yeah, a piece from some kind of something, and this came from the same box that I got the focal point from, so did this, and this is packaging from a, see what I mean? It's from an Amazon envelope, and it's messy if you don't cover it up, but I figured, I guess, that it wasn't too bad on this one, so anyway, yeah. So yeah, that's one of my favorite pages from the whole challenge. Okay, and next was light. So here we have, let's use the flashlight here and shine a light. Oh, it's a kitty cat. Nothing else to see, just a kitty cat. Oh, weather was kind of challenging, but I just used some photos of our morning walks to prove that we go rain or shine. People believe me anyway, but and this scrapbooking paper kind of looks like wind. I think it's supposed to be ocean waves, but it kind of looks like wind, so I went with that. And this is another one of those that I did a page and then I wasn't happy with it, so I sort of covered it up with this, but this was the original. I tried to make it rain, and then there's thunder or lightning, but yeah, it really doesn't work very good. And these are Care Bears stickers. So yeah, this is what I was doing. Oops. So this is what I did originally, and then I wasn't happy with it, and so I made this cover up page. Some homemade stamps. I'll try to, I think I have a photo showing. I might have a video, I'm not sure. If I do, I'll insert it, but I think I was having some technical issues, so I couldn't do it. So anyway, I made some stamps. So peace, imagine, now, dream. I didn't use all of these, obviously, I only used the imagine one, but also I had made the stamps that you see there a while ago. So there's one of them. Anyway, so that's what I did for homemade. So homemade stamps. Also, the whole journal is homemade, so possibly one of my favorites as well. These are, this is from our walks, our morning walks also. These are real petals, and these are drawn, and then Oh, yeah, the prompt was petal. So I made a he loves me not type of thing, but it landed on he loves me. So yeah, that's what I did for the prompt. Petal. Because it's not plural. I just did the one there, but then I decided to put some petals there. And these look like they were this color when I was working on it, but they've already turned color and stuff. Anyway, next was aged, and I had a hard time doing this one. So I used a bunch of paper that had aged, but you can't really see it anymore. And yeah, anyway, I don't really know what else to say about it. It is what it is, I guess. Used a bunch of papers that had aged that you could see, like you can see it here on a piece of construction paper. It was a pink piece of construction paper, but you can see that it got sun bleached or whatever, and it's no longer pink. And a bunch of book text that you can see the yellowing of the paper and stuff, but because things were looking too busy and etc., I kept trying to tone it down with some paint and stuff like I see other people do. Collage is just not my strength. I'm not good at it. And I've got a bunch of pockets in here that I should and could put stuff in, but I haven't. I do have something. Oh, yeah. For the homemade prompt, I put the test stamping on here, and that's when I realized that I had forgotten to reverse the letters so that it would stamp correctly. And so I had to redo them. I made those stamps with some letter stickers, and I just put them on and tried to fix them and whatever when the letter didn't really reverse naturally and stuff. Did I finish? Yeah. Aged was the prompt. I'm not entirely happy with my results, but whatever. I do like this one, and this prompt was free, so I used things that were free to make the page. So packaging, envelopes from junk mail, a note paper, a piece of a page from a notepad that a realtor around here keeps giving us these. They put them in our mailbox, and so they're free. A piece of junk mail had the word free on it, so I put it. This round piece came from Franklin's Coffee, I do believe, and I don't like gold, so I put it on the silver side showing. And the butterfly is made with some of those petals for the same as these. These haven't turned yet. I guess these I dried more before sandwiching them between some packing tape. The packing tape kind of laminates them in a way. So anyway, that's how the butterfly is made. the pink part is from an envelope from PETA, and those stickers were free promotional thingies. And this is from packaging. I should put something here, I guess. What do I have that's free that I can put? Okay, I'm going to attach these two fake leaves that I found during our walks. They were on the ground, so I picked them up, washed them, and put them in my stash. So I'm just going to put them right in there. Oh, I don't want it showing until you open. There we go. Okay, so yeah, free. So again, I had started with this side, but I didn't like it. It was too busy and stuff. So I started again and made this, and I loved this. So this became the actual page. Tag was the next prompt. So I did just some journaling. Then I made a few tags. And this is a tag punch, and so I used it as a window pocket thing. So I made another one, but I didn't like it as much, so I didn't use it. So this was the first one I made. And I mean, I don't hate it. It's just that I don't really know what my problem was with it. But anyway, I didn't like it enough to include it. But maybe I should. I don't know. Anyway, maybe I'll put it in one of the pockets. I'll put it in there. But I started out, I wanted to use this one. This one I was going to use for the fold prompt, but I didn't know where I wanted to go with it. And so I never finished it. And so yeah. Okay. So next was picture, and I found an old printout of a picture of Soma, our cat, and I did this. I don't know how I feel about the page, but there you go. It's found that picture in my stash and used it. And next, I think this is one of my favorite prompts, or prompt results anyway, one of my favorite pages for colors. And I had started with this, and yeah, I wasn't sure. Did I start with them? No, this was my original idea, but then I had this idea and went with this idea, but I still tried this idea, and originally it was to fill this part of the page because it was empty, but then I thought it distracted from this, and I didn't want to do that, so I folded it over and just put some random things there. Next was timeless, and I had a very hard time with that prompt. And eventually I found these images in a magazine, and I did that, and then I put this one, and this is just so that there's something on the page mostly, but my love of art and creativity is timeless, is what I wrote, and so that's it. It's a magazine image that had the scribble writing on it, but then I drew the girl with a pencil, I mean with a pen, and that's a sticker, and then I made some pen doodle roses. So yeah, that's what I did for timeless, because that was one of the most challenging prompts for me. Day 23 was tip-in. Be your true self. Stand by me. Hello. So this was on the, I can't remember what it was called, the ephemera pack or whatever. There was a free downloadable party pack or whatever. And I'm assuming these are Meg's journals. Anyway, so I made another tip-in. And this is a tip-in as well, and I just made this so that it wasn't blank back here, but I didn't go here. I didn't put anything just because this is enough, and here I didn't put anything because it would interfere with the look of this. So there you go. And this is one of my favorite pages too, that I did during the whole challenge. I think this might just be because I don't know. Around this time I started to run out of pages. I thought, when I made the journal, I thought that I had enough pages to do all the prompts and maybe even have some left over for in case I wanted to do more for some of the prompts, which I did end up doing more for some of the prompts. Yeah, I did end up running out of pages, so I had to do some like tip-in things. And I guess this here is just I'm thinking that this is just a collage so that I could put this extra page in. But yeah, this is my ephemeral, but I'll read the quote that's here. I'm known for refusing to stick to the way of doing things because I believe the right way is different for every individual. I don't know if the first part here is true, that I'm known for refusing to stick to the way things, to the right way of doing things, but I do agree that it is different for everybody, so I put that in there. Okay, so yeah. Ephemeral. This is my ephemeral because clouds and rainbows they come and go, and they don't stay very long, but I love both. And some cloud critters. So I like my concept, but it didn't really, I don't like my results. They're just not, it's not as good as I wanted it to be, but it is what it is. Okay. Oh, okay, and this is tea dyed. So I personally don't drink tea nor coffee, can't have caffeine and stuff. So anyway, but Franklin does drink coffee, and sometimes he drinks tea. It's rare, but he does. And he has lots of tea bags. So he helped me to make some tea dyed papers. And I got him to help me do it a few days before this prompt showed up, so that it would have time to dry, and it worked. So I tea dyed and dried some tracing paper, some book text, some regular copy paper, a sheet of loose leaf page, and made these things with it. Tea dyed. And I'm pleasantly surprised that I don't smell it. And even when it was, when I was working with it, I didn't smell it. But I did definitely smell it when it was being made. Anyway, okay. And I find that smell very unpleasant. Okay, next was shade. So she's sitting under a sunbrella on the beach in the shade. I thought that I guess I decided to stick it down because it was, thought I had made it so that you could, oh, okay, I did. So she's on the beach, and it's getting too sunny, and there's risk of getting a sunburn, so she set up her sunbrella. There you go. So that was day 26. Day 27 was poetic. Now, poetic was one of those extra. Shade also was an extra challenging prompt, but I managed to figure this one out eventually. And poetic was very difficult. Ephemeral, I forgot to say, was one of the most challenging ones for me. But then Franklin gave me the idea of a rainbow, and I went with that. Anyway, so this is for poetic. Now, poetic took me a long time, and because of it, because of that, and because of life stuff, I got a little bit delayed, and I had gone 26 days of doing the prompt every day and not missing any, and then day 27 happened, and I ended up falling behind, but then I caught up again, and I did finish I'm made up for it, and I did finish the prompt, the challenge on the last day of the month, so I still consider that I did it, but yeah, I was so close. Anyway, okay, so this poem is a found poetry type of thing. I looked through some book text and put it down. I will read it to you, but hold on. So, and you'll understand why there's a woman and a phoenix when I read it to you. Now, it's found poetry and stuff, and it doesn't rhyme, and it doesn't necessarily make any sense, but here you go. Okay. There was a time when all things were possible. Intuitive thought creating energy so powerful it seemed to make the misty air fall within the theater of her mind. Inside, her eyes closed, a phoenix appears within her consciousness. She rose to save precious creations of his mind. He believes his own pure feelings rising in him. Her unconscious mind thought, I am the world, and he felt the enormous power of the mysterious mind create all that exists, and her words briefly containing the answer, a way to think, with an inward presence in the moment, you say one word into the silence, a single word and thought, verbalized into focus, now. So that's the first one. And then I was having so much fun, and I had so many words cut out and stuff. I didn't use them all, but anyway, I had so many words cut out and stuff that I made another one. So that's how this one looks. Okay, and did the wolf? Okay. And so this one goes, Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver. Wolf. Silently, very still. Patience. Her eyes closed. Wolf. Tempted to emerge, becoming wolf. But when she closed her eyes, silently, very still, dreaming, her eyes blinked open, became aware, sky, gleaming, star, shiny stars appeared in her eyes, stars, shimmer, a place midway between the conscious and the unconscious, breathing. He might have been composed of air, between dreams, breathing, eyes opened, became aware of a conscious thought. Then her eyes closed. Then a soft sing-song whisper in a moment, now. Her eyes cautiously opened, and one lone wolf whispered, "Dreamweaver." Conscious thinking, so he closed his eyes, and mind built dreams. Within dreamed conscious thought, a tangible power. He was one with the universe, and all because of a girl. So there you go. I think that I hadn't actually read them through like that when I did it. Anyway, so that was for poetic. Next was buttons. Okay, these are out of sequence because of the tip-in things I had to do. So buttons, I have a bunch of real buttons. These are real. These were chipboard ones. These are made from packaging, and yeah, the rest, yeah, most of them are made of packaging that I drew and colored and cut and punched and stitched a couple of them in. And anyway, that's my page for buttons. And then contrast was the hardest one for me. It was the most challenging one. And then towards the end of the day, I just came up with this and called it good enough. And it looks like I should put something here. Let me see, what do I have? Okay, so contrast. I don't even know if this works for contrast. I wasn't really sure what it meant, but sharp edges, curved, anyway, the colors, contrast, is, I decided it was good enough. And so I just put some washi and a couple of stickers. So for shine, I just made a bunch of stars out of shiny papers, tin foil, stickers, wrapping paper, shiny paper that I have, but you can't really tell that it's shiny. And I put some flat back gem things, and used a gel pen for a shiny gel pen for some of the journaling. And yeah, stars are shiny most of the time, and so yeah, shine. And the last prompt was celebrate. So I made some confetti, and it's kind of a shaker-ish card, but it doesn't work very good. But that represents me. Doesn't look quite right, but close enough, I guess. But yeah, it's supposed to be a shaker card, but it doesn't work very good. So there you go. And then in the back is just, it's another one of those mini posters from the Flow magazine that I used on the front cover. There were 4 of them, I think. I don't remember what I did with the other 2. But anyway, there you go. And it's kind of neat the way the buttons sometimes land. And there you go. There's my flip through. Now hopefully I am able to do the editing. Wish me luck. But one more thing I forgot to share at the beginning is that I had a little journaling, a little journal for the actual journaling about how I felt about the pages. Now I might come back and fill these with something, like some collage or something, because I have a lot of them left. I considered ripping those out, but I don't want to do that. But I had a little booklet with one of the printout pieces, and journaled about the pages and the prompts and the challenge and stuff. And it goes right there in the front pocket. So yeah, I mean, there are some pockets, and as you saw, some of those pages are could use some stuff in them, but so what I'm saying is that I could still use this journal for a little while, but I think I'm going to leave it as is probably, except that I might do something in those pages in the little journaling booklet. But yeah, there you go.